vegetable dish for your evening meal. In Daniel's Challenge, we recommend that you have a vegetable dish with each evening meal. It can be steamed vegetables, they can be put into a soup or a stew, or they can be eaten raw as a vegetable platter. However, today I'm going to show you one way to cook your vegetables that is just delightful and quite a different twist from the standard steaming method. Let's take a close look at our vegetables. We'll start with our most nutrient-dense leafy greens. We have chard, kale, spinach. In our solid green vegetables, we have Brussels sprouts, asparagus, zucchini, and broccoli. And in our non-green, non-starchy vegetables, we have cauliflower, garlic, onion, mushrooms, tomatoes, and carrot juice. We're going to season and flavor those with some walnuts, a little bit of Bragg's, and some Mrs. Dash seasoning. We'll teach you how to make the base of this dish, and then you can add any of these 5, chard, kale, spinach, broccoli, cauliflower, or Brussels sprouts, asparagus, zucchini, to complete the dish. We don't combine all, just one of those 5 combinations. To create our base, we're going to start with our tomatoes. To that, we're going to add our mushrooms, our carrot juice, some garlic, onions, and walnuts. In a few moments, we're going to add our solid green vegetables. Let's add our Bragg's in right now too. And then after we get these vegetables in, then we'll add the Mrs. Dash to season it. Let's get this started on the stove. Let's stir this up now that we've got it over here on the stove. Mix everything together. Get this, we're going to bring it to a boil, and then we're going to let the vegetables simmer together, get the flavors to blend really well, and the moisture to release out of these mushrooms and tomatoes. Now we've juiced some extra carrot juice because when cooking these solid green vegetables, it takes a little more liquid than it does the leafy greens to get it to cook down. And you don't want to run out of liquid, so juice a little bit extra carrot juice. If you need it, pour it in. If you don't, go ahead and drink it. Let's take a look and see how we're doing. Oh, this looks lovely. I think we can start adding a few of our solid green vegetables and our Mrs. Dash seasoning. I'm going to sprinkle this on. Let's go ahead and add our Brussels sprouts in there. Let's add our zucchini chunks. And last but not least, let's add our asparagus. We've broken it into about 2-inch chunks. This looks lovely. Let's give it a quick little stir here. We're going to put the lid back on. We need to watch it close so we don't run out of liquid. Let's take a quick look and see how we're doing. Oh, this looks lovely. Our vegetables are cooking up very nicely. We still have enough liquid. Let's just stir this around a little bit. This looks great. Ooh, and it smells wonderful. You will love the aroma of this dish. Our greens are getting bright and beautiful. Let's give it just a couple more minutes to soften up. Let's take a look. It looks like we're done. If you are on a weight loss plan, this vegetable dish is ready to eat right now. If you are on a maintenance plan, this vegetable dish can be eaten as is, or if you'd like to make it a little richer, you can add a little bit of coconut milk. Let's go ahead and do that. This will make it creamy and rich, give it a little bit of a soup texture, and it will be absolutely delicious. We're going to put the lid back on and give it just one more minute to heat through, and then it will be ready to eat. Our vegetable dish is done. Now remember, without the coconut milk, this dish is excellent for weight loss. Your solid green and leafy green vegetables have more nutrients per calorie than any other food, and they only have about 100 calories per pound of vegetables. This is a great dish to fill up on, your evening vegetable dish that accompanies your salad. We've started the base for another vegetable dish and added chopped broccoli and cauliflower to it. We're going to let this steam for a few more minutes. Then we're going to add the chopped kale. This is just one more way to get a large volume of these high nutrient dense foods into our diet. Our broccoli and cauliflower should be about done. Let's go ahead and add the kale. It only takes a couple of minutes for the kale to wilt down and steam. It cooks down a great deal, so that even though this pan looks like it's full to overflowing, it's all going to cook down in just a few minutes. What we want to do is get this lid back on as quick as we can and capture that steam. Our kale's been steaming for a few minutes. Let's take a look. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Let's stir this in, and we are about ready to serve this dish. This is lovely. That kale is bright green and just full of nutrients. It's going to be so yummy mixed in with these other flavors. One more variation on our steamed vegetables in the evening that we have with our big salad.